Hi, welcome to Forex In Four. I'm Mike Conlon for FXEDU, and in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the highlights of where the action is in today's Forex market. So let's get started.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, June 21st, 2011. This morning I'm asking, how confident are you? And that's what we're all waiting on today, is the confidence vote going on in Greece over the government. Now, basically what's happening is that they're looking to reaffirm the party who's in power there. This is Prime Minister Papandreou's group that has been pushing for austerity measures in Greece to try and get all of this aid from the EU and the IMF. Well, the vote is supposed to come out today at 5 p.m. Eastern time. That's actually midnight Greece time. I think they're doing that as a way to sort of quell the people in the streets. Although I guess I'm not certain that midnight is too late for people in Greece, but. In any event, the idea is that they switched around the cabinet last week. They changed the government up a little bit to try and be to get everybody on the same page, get a little bit more unity in the government. So they're going to have this vote of confidence. If they pass the vote of confidence, if you will, meaning that the power, or the party in power, is confirmed, then it's likely that they're going to vote for the austerity measures that the EU and the IMF are requiring in order to trigger the next release of payments. I think it's something like 18 billion in short-term aid. So that's a big deal for the euro, and apparently the markets are seemingly think that they're going to pass. So that's what we're looking at. Okay, we can see that the euro is trading higher here this morning. Okay, we've got risk on in the market. Stock markets are up around the globe. We've got oil back to 94 and change. Gold's higher, okay, and everyone thinks that this is going to be a done deal, and it very well may be. I guess the thing about it is at 5 p.m. U.S. equity markets will be closed by then, so it may not have an immediate impact during the market day, but the overnight could be busy. So that's what we're looking at with the euro. Just want to show you the Aussie real quick. Okay, Aussie sold off a little bit, but it's moving back up higher now. The RBA minutes were released last night, and they said that interest rates were prudent given the fact that the Greek debt crisis could worsen. So that sort of left rates there steady. All right, we can take a look at the pound real quick. The pound was lower. All right, it's just coming back a little bit, but I think the trend looks decidedly down. Looks like maybe a little bit of a double top up here, 62.40. All right, one of the B of E policymakers came out and said that perhaps instead of tightening, the Bank of England wants to be more accommodative. So suggested that they could actually increase their asset purchases, meaning more quantitative easing out of the Bank of England. Well, that would potentially cause more inflation. So people are thinking, hey, wait a second, the B of E is not going to be close to raising rates now. They may actually be talking about easing. So the pound's fallen off a little bit here, but I wonder if that's not just a little bit of a smokescreen here, because we are going to get the release of the Bank of England minutes tomorrow, all right, and that's going to tell us really what they're thinking, whether or not they're talking about more easing, or whether or not they remain confident that inflation is going to subside on its own. So we're going to have to see what's going on. Just want to take a quick peek here. Whoops, dollar CAD. All right, we've got retail sales figures coming out in Canada. That's going to be a big one. They're expecting a gain of 0.4% for the month, which is 0.6 less auto sales. And then they've also got their leading indicators numbers coming out at the same time. They're expecting an increase of 0.5%. So we could see a little bit of a continuation here of some dollar weakness versus the loonie. Let's see who else we got. Let's see, in the Eurozone, well, let's talk about, I guess we do actually have some fundamentals from the Eurozone. I don't know if we should be talking about them. We've got the ZEW surveys coming in. Economic survey came in less than expected. The economic sentiment for Germany came in less than expected, as did the current situation. So people don't have high expectations over there in Europe on these economic surveys, but obviously right now the news is Greece. For the U.S., we've just got the the existing home sales figures coming out a little bit later this morning. Okay, they're expecting a decline of 5%, which that's a fairly big decline, but it's sort of baked in the cake, and expecting new home sales to be about 4.8 million. So we'll see what that number comes out to. But home sales, it's sort of a microcosm for what's going on in the economy here in the U.S. Much of the problem that we have is related to housing and declining asset prices, and that's one of the things that Bernanke and Bubble Ben and quantitative easing is supposed to try and stabilize is the housing prices. But the problem is that we got to such high levels from this bubble that occurred that them trying to hold prices at a specific level by throwing money at it is I don't know if that's the best policy. Yes, I understand what happens when we get deflation and people's home prices and values go down, but that's where government needs to step in and come up with some sort of credible plan that's going to give people relief from that situation, because economic forces are something that are immutable, and you can't change them. Okay, you can try and mitigate their impact, all right, but it's like trying to defy gravity. Like sometimes you just can't do it. You might be able to pump it up and hold people up for a while, but gravity is still a force which is going to take place. So trying to reinvent economic forces by the Fed, that's a silly proposition, and perhaps they need to figure out a way just to mitigate the impact. So for example, if you're falling off a building, okay, you might want to go with a parachute, or put a big cushion or an airbag beneath you to mitigate the impact. Okay, you can't change the fact that you're falling. All right, so that's basically what we're looking at today. So 5 p.m. tonight is that Greek confidence vote. We'll see if any activity happens ahead of time. I could imagine that we see some risk taking going in today, and maybe just a little bit of a sell-off towards the end of the day as people don't want to sit after the market closes and hold on to this stuff, because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, you can look back to the TARP vote that we had here back in 2008. Initially, Congress said no, and markets tanked, and all of a sudden, Congress changed their tune pretty darn quick. So, anyway, that's what we're looking at today. Good trading to all.
As always, be sure to check out the written blog at www.fxedu.com to get complete coverage of today's Forex market. If you would like to learn more about how to trade the Forex market from professionals like myself, be sure to check out our affordable Forex trading courses. And if you're already a seasoned professional or aspire to be one, ask us how we can help you achieve your Forex goals. Go to www.fxedu.com to get started today.